Welcome to the Blerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
And we're back bringing you all our thoughts on everything happening in nerd culture. It's been like 2 weeks. I feel like it's been like a lot longer than that. I don't know. But we're back. We didn't have an episode last week because of the holiday, I'm guessing. I was gone. And then, it was also Labor Day. So we're back. There's a lot to cover this week. Lots going on. Before we get into any of that, though, for anyone that's new to the podcast, please make sure to download our episodes if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you're listening to your podcasts. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment on our episodes as well. And tell a friend to tell a friend about the Blerds and Nerds podcast. We appreciate everyone and the lots of new support that we've been getting. So, yeah. Anyway, how have you guys been? It's been so long.
Yeah, doing great.
Yeah? It's
Been good.
It's been 2 weeks. What are some nerdy things that you guys have been up to?
Who wants to kick it off? I can go first. I'll go first. So, as you know, I still got to mention it because it does take up some of my nerdy time. I'm still watching GOT, and I'm actually watching the last season of AOT at the same time. So, yeah, having fun with that. I'm up to date with Dan. Boy, this season's cooking. I'm really impressed with this season. I was not expecting it to keep up with season one, but it actually is like doing really
better
good.
Than season one.
In some respects, yeah. I'm not mad at that take. Been watching To Be Hero X. That's coming to an end. I'm pretty sad about that, but I feel like I have to rewatch everything because the timelines is kind of like choppy. They kind of like go back and forth sometimes, so it's a little bit confusing a little bit when you have to space it out week to week, But anyway, I've been watching Rick and Morty. It finally dropped on HBO Max. I binged a lot of that. I think I'm like probably got like maybe 2 or 3 episodes left. As far as like the new voice actor, I feel like the season's pretty solid. It's hard to compare to the like season 1 through 4 because that's just classic Rick and Morty, but it's holding its own. It had a pretty good James Gunn episode that I think went viral when it dropped, but I see why it went viral. It's probably the best episode of the season so far for me, where they're making fun of James Gunn and Zack Snyder and Marvel and DC pretty much. Well, DC, they pretty much making fun of how they do storylines and stuff like that.
Why did I think that Rick and Morty was over? Maybe that's just me being crazy.
No, they're renewed for like a few seasons. I think they're locked in. It's just
I
that
thought it was
big,
done.
the controversy that happened with what's his name? Who cares what his name is? He did some really stupid stuff.
The voice, the guy who voices
the guy who used to voice Rick and Morty, and I think he was like a co-founder.
Yeah. Yes, I remember. I remember when that happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so that's that. In terms of video games, I've been playing a lot of video games. I'm playing Helldivers, that dropped on Xbox recently. I'm playing the campaign of Gears of War, the first Gears of War, so that just came out recently. I'm still playing Anthem. I'm trying to like get as much as I can with this game because I'm really sad that it's going to be offline in January. Just gonna be gone, and there's really no other game like it to play. So. That's pretty sad. I'm playing Dirt 5. It's a racing game by EA. It's like a rally, like street dirt. Like you can race on ice and dirt and mud and all types of stuff. I'm really just craving a racing game to play. I like listening to music and just driving. So it's a cool game to just chill out to. Really fun. Surprisingly fun. So, and been playing Assassin's Creed. I know Shannon's like, how do you play all these games?
I was waiting till you were done because literally I was going to ask, how are you playing all these games? I'm very curious. How are you playing all? But like, how do you have the time? It's like, are you spending 20 minutes on one game and then jumping to another game? You listed like 5 different games.
It's like I don't know. It's something I have with Game Pass now that every time a new game drops that looks exciting, you got to jump in it and see what's up.
I know. That's why you've never finished anything.
Yeah, maybe. But it's a habit that I've been forming just to jump into like new games and see what I want to get into. Assassin's Creed Mirage has made it to the games that are on my list of games to beat. So it feels like it's going back to the original, the first game. So yeah. And I did jump into the Sonic's Cross World beta, and it was really good, surprisingly good. I think it's gonna give Mario World Party a run for its money. Yeah, Nintendo sue Sonic Crossroads for copying Mario Party, if you want.
Mm.
But no, on all seriousness, it's like a surprisingly good game. So I'm sure that's gonna be a comparison that's made when it comes out because people are already doing it. But if this game comes out and and gameplay wise it blows Mario Kart World out of the water, and that was an 80 game premium game when it dropped. It's supposed to be the marquee Nintendo Switch 2 game. I don't know. I'm starting a little controversy, but you heard it here first. And it's
Wow,
coming out
Jaja.
on Switch 2. So
What game is this? What's it called?
Sonic Cross Worlds.
I know
I
what this one
think
is.
yeah, I don't know if
Yeah,
I'm
I've
saying the
been
whole
hearing
name
a lot about
correctly.
this.
But yeah, the gimmick, one of the cool gimmicks of the game is while you're driving, of course, you jump into water, you transform into a boat, you jump into you start flying and you transform into a plane. But if you're in first place on the second lap, there's like when you hit the checkpoint, there's two portals that show up, and it's two different tracks you can go to. Sometimes it's a random one, or maybe there's always a random and then a track that you can choose. So if you're in first place, start going into the second lap, you get to choose like the next lap you get to do. And then you do one lap on this random course, and then you come back to the regular course for the third lap. So it adds kind of
That's cool.
like a dynamicness to each race. Like each race is
Yeah.
going to be a little bit different depending on how that second lap goes. So it was pretty, that was,
Yeah, and that's different too, because I was gonna say a lot of these games are like the same, like just with a different themed skin over it. But that seems different from like all the other things that are out right now. So that's
the,
cool.
the vehicles are also like customizable. So
Yeah,
it adds a lot of like different ways you can play the game. So I'm looking forward to it.
that's cool. Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah, and
For
that's
sure.
it for my nerdy things. That's a ton of stuff.
That's a lot of stuff, and I still don't know how you're doing it, but
Oh
it's fine.
wait,
2 weeks worth.
one more thing.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Guess what came in the mail?
Wait, I can't see it. What is it?
Volume
Is
2
it?
Oh,
of
volume.
Monsters
Wait,
We
volume
Make?
two.
Monsters
out?
We Make.
I gotta order
Unfortunately,
that.
mine didn't get autographed. I'm pretty sure I was in the number of I was one of the first. Like I ordered it when he dropped the YouTube video because I was trying to be qualified to get it autographed, but I didn't get it autographed, but I still got it.
Okay,
And
yeah,
yes,
I gotta order volume 2. I didn't know it was out. Yep, I see it. You're up to date, right? You read it digitally, because I was about to say, did you even read volume 1?
I'm halfway through that volume. Yeah, I finished volume 1, but I'm like
Okay.
in the middle of this volume right here.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna order that right now because I've been waiting for that to drop. Cool. 2 weeks worth of nerdy things, lots of stuff. James, what have you been up to?
2 weeks worth of stuff. Actually, not that much stuff, but I've been doing a lot of the same stuff. So anime wise, still watching Gachiakata. Dr. Stone, absolutely cooking. I highly recommend it. I'm up to date in Dandadan as well. And I've still been binging One Piece, so I'm nearly caught up. I'm at the part with Kuma's backstory. So if anybody watches or keeps up with One Piece, they know pretty much where I'm at. So
How far behind are you?
I'm within, it's probably like 10 or so episodes. So I'm not like crazy far behind. I'm at the most recent arc for sure.
Mhm.
But since I read it, I already know what's kind of going on. But there is more details that they add into the anime. So definitely going to be letting it stack up and then keep on catching up from here on forward. Gaming wise though, not much Marvel Rivals. I was playing some of it, but yeah. They got to fix the matchmaking. Guang, I don't know what you got going on over there, but please fix the matchmaking.
They got 2 new characters about to drop. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, so we got Daredevil coming this upcoming season, and then I think her name is Angela, somehow related to Thor. So, but yeah, they got new characters coming, so hopefully they're good and change the dynamic of the game because right now it's rough. But yeah, I've been playing Hollow Knight still, the original.
The original, okay.
I didn't beat it before Silk Song came out, not because it was too hard, because I wasn't really playing it.
Look at you. And we made up right here on this podcast. You said you were going to beat it before it came out.
I was determined, but then I would just be sitting on the couch watching King of the Hill or something like that, or Jamie Foxx show. So I wasn't even gaming. But I'm at the part I'm at. So there's a character called Hornet. You fight her twice. She's actually the main character of Silk Song. So I'm at the second fight with Hornet. So I think I'm pretty far. It's hard to tell, very hard to tell. But time wise, I put in, I want to say like 15 or so hours. But in the Xbox app, or because I got it on Game Pass, it said I've been playing for 9 days, like 236 hours. So I don't know where they got that calculation
Yeah,
from.
I'm not gonna lie to you, James. You're one of my friends on Xbox, and I swear you've been on Hollow Knight day and night, 24/7 for a straight week.
Uh,
I could have sworn you were like really trying to beat the game because it says it's 20. Like they estimate 27 hours to get through the main story, and that's a pretty like that's a lot of hours for
yeah.
just the main story alone. So it's not a short game, but I could have sworn you were playing this.
Nah, yeah. Maybe I got to close the Xbox app out properly or something because I opened it up. It was like, yeah, 236 hours. I was like, I know for sure I was
Do you
playing it that
leave the
much.
game running, or because like y'all don't turn your consoles off, right?
No, I
So-
quit to desktop whenever I
Oh,
finished playing the game.
That's
So
weird.
maybe the Xbox app is running in the background.
I like when the game saves have the time played instead of the Xbox app because like the app
Yeah.
takes the time from like when you open the game to when you close it. You know, the gameplay. I want my gameplay time pretty much.
Yeah, because it's like, do you like pause it and then do others, like just leave it open and while you're doing other stuff?
Sometimes,
Yeah, because maybe that's.
if you look at my Expedition 33 times, it would be similar to what James is saying. Like my Xbox
Yeah.
app time is way different from my save file.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because when I go on the PlayStation app to try to get my times from like Expedition 33 and from when I was playing Elden Ring, it was like way higher than I think it actually was. But yeah.
My actual in-game save file, it says, I think it's like 15 or so hours. So
Okay.
it
That's
comes
such a
completely
that's
different
such
numbers.
a big jump. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Okay.
But yeah, I've been playing a lot of that. I also got access to the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls beta, so I've been playing that.
Oh, I
Ooh,
didn't even know that was a thing. Oh
Yeah,
man.
I've been
Is
giving
it
these
still
boys
open?
work online.
Oh man.
It's I think it's PlayStation only beta.
Damn.
Oh
I
no,
had to
you
sign
can't
up
get
to-
it on Steam?
I think so. Because
Oh, I'ma
you
try
had
and
to
get
sign
it
up for
on
like the
Steam.
PlayStation beta program, and then people were complaining how they didn't get in. I got in pretty much day one because
Of
they know
course
I'm a
you
real
did.
deal fighting
Yeah.
game.
They saw
community
James's
member.
name and they were like, of course. They're like, let him in.
It was a lot of folks hating on me. I'll put it to you that way. A lot of folks hating on me. But so it's a strange beta. So it's not like just open that you can just play whenever. It's they have playtime sessions. So it's like they'll have like 4-hour time slots throughout the weekend that you can play. So like if I wanted to boot it up, it has to be during that time slot. So that was a little bit strange.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably the first of many. Like usually they do a closed beta and then an open beta. So I'll get in on the next one.
But how is
Yeah.
it though?
I'm having fun with it. So there's I want to say 5 playable characters. So you have Storm, Captain America, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, Doom. Oh wait, and there's Star-Lord as well. So yeah, more. But yeah, now I'm having fun.
Can't wait.
I haven't played like a proper 2D side-to-side fighting game in a while, so definitely got to get back into that rhythm. But yeah, online it's only PvP. So once you do the training mode, you can only play against other people. So it's no like training mode. So I've been having fun with that. The thing with fighting games is like if you get a match with someone, usually you go best of 3. Like that's kind of like an unwritten rule. But some people will win one time and then leave, and then you got to find a new person to face. But you have some people who are respectable people who will give you a full best of 3. That way you get more matches because like looking for another match takes more time too because you got to like you have these avatars running around in the world and you got to like both of you have to stand at the arcade machine thing. So like you can see when people are trying to queue up. But some people will be standing at it and like they're like AFK. So like it looks like they're trying to queue up, but then they're not actually queuing up. So that sucks. But yeah, once you're actually in a match, like you can just hit rematch and then run it back. So yeah, no, I've been having fun. I've been winning some. I lost a couple. There's no one has skunked me yet so far. So no one just got a complete perfect on me or just flawless 3 in a row kills. So
I think James is trying to be humble up in here, Shannon, because what this says to me is that he's been getting matches and washing them the first match, and they're just like, I'm out of here.
No, that did happen one time. Somebody got completely washed. I think it had to be like a little kid or something because I don't think they knew the controls. But now somebody did get completely washed and then didn't even try to run it back. But like the people that do beat me, those are the ones I want to run it back with the most. I'm like, all right, this person has a better skill set than me, so I can improve my own skill set. Yeah, and then they leave. Or like the people that barely beat you, they definitely run away because they're like, oh, I barely beat this guy. I'm not gonna risk losing to him. So.
You know what's crazy? I got a funny little side story, like what James just said about fighting games, especially like playing somebody of a higher skill, like brings your skill levels up so fast. Like it's similar to how in Dragon Ball Z, like how fighting stronger dude, you get up to his skill like faster. The Saiyans, what I'm talking about, it's so similar. Like I have fighting games, like that's how you get better. You got to play people better than you.
Literally, yeah. So definitely looking forward to like what the full release of that because I'll be for sure buying it day one. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So
When's it
uh,
supposed to come out?
no idea.
Like,
Yeah, I
okay, we
no
also
idea.
don't know.
And then I mean I'm sure their character roster is going to be crazy. They showed Spider-Man in like the trailers and stuff like that. I of course want to play Spider-Man. I don't know if he'll match my play style. So like right now the characters I'm best with are Storm and Doom. So
Hmm.
um I haven't really played too much with Iron Man. Usually, if I swap to him, I start getting mixed up immediately. So I got to swap to another character with different options. So, but yeah, definitely looking forward to the full release of that. Manga wise, I caught back up in One Piece. I kind of let like three chapters drop so I can binge those. And then Chainsaw Man is back to like some weird stuff going on. So
Oh, really? Dang.
I think that's just Chainsaw Man though. Maybe I just gotta accept that stuff be happening like that. So they actually introduced because you know how they have devils. There's an STD devil now. So
What?
yeah, it's
That
that's
seems
that's one of the characters. So you can imagine what's going on there.
seems odd. Okay.
And I haven't
Seems
really been reading my
terrifying.
book that I was supposed to be reading, but Let the Games Begin. Yeah, I haven't really read that. But I got another Spider-Man comic. I got a variant issue this time. So here we go. Spider-Man
Nice.
number 37, Miles Morales. I'm not sure who this character is, because I haven't read it yet. So I'll find out once I read it.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it for me.
I just saw your name on the thing, finisher of games. That's pretty accurate for you.
That's what I
I
do.
think you're the only one.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely finish up Hollow Knight and then go on to Silk Song.
We'll see. We'll see. Okay. All right. Well, I've been doing a lot, so I'll talk about D23 in a second. But like other stuff, I have been keeping up with my regular anime. The Summer Hikaru died. Are you still watching that, James? You didn't mention it. Are you caught up?
I might be behind.
Okay. I'm caught up. I didn't watch the episode that came out this morning or yesterday. So I'm one episode behind, but I'm still liking that. I have been keeping up with Dandadan as well, so I'm caught up on that. So for some reason, even though I've been watching Dandadan in sub, when I put it on, I was behind 2 episodes. So when I put it on yesterday to watch it, it started playing the dub version. I don't know why. So I just watched the dub. Actually, the dub of Dandadan is very good. I was surprised. So I usually, when I start hearing English voices, I just would just like turn it right away. Because usually I'll stop being a snob about it. But the Dandadan dub is actually very good. I would continue watching it in dub just because it's a lot easier to watch. But yeah, it's good. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was.
The main
What do you
character,
guys
the
think?
female's voice is my favorite voice in the English dub.
Who, Momos?
Yeah, I love her voice
Okay.
in the English dub.
Ocaron's voice is good too. Yeah. So I enjoyed the dub of Don Don. So I will probably maybe continue watching it not. There's only a couple episodes left in the season, right? I don't know. But we'll see. What else have I been watching? I was going to attempt to continue Lord of Mysteries because I was talking to somebody about it and they said that after episode 2 it actually gets a lot better. But I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. So I'm gonna jump back into that at some point. But I heard it gets good. The first 2 episodes just really just dragging. So I'm gonna try. And then Vampire Knight, which is an old anime from the year 2008. They have put it on Netflix, so I've been rewatching that, and it's very good. Just living out in my like I don't think I ever finished the show, but I did watch it when it was out originally. So I've been enjoying rewatching it because it's actually very good. James, did you finish Nana? I don't remember if you said you finished it last week
Yeah.
or if you're still watching. Oh, you finished it. Okay. Yeah. So I've been watching that. I don't know if I told you guys this, but when Game Informer launched again, I did my subscription to support them. So I got the first issue finally, like
Round of
a couple weeks
applause.
ago. Yeah. This issue came a couple weeks ago. I'm not finished reading it. I'm like halfway through. But yeah, I gotta support them where I can. It's like $60 for the year, so I'm just like that's not terrible. So
I might do that.
Yeah, I subscribed again. So this issue is like heavily about that game Vampire the Masquerade. It's about that. It's coming out. And then like there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of other stuff in here. So yeah, it's cool. I like it, and I'm excited to be able to support them again. And yeah, it's like $60 for like the physical and the digital. If you just want like the digital subscription, it's less. So just depending on what you want. So
Yeah,
here's
you
me
got to get that physical. Like,
yeah, I
come
know.
on.
Exactly. So here's me promoting Game Informer. They're not paying me for this. I'm just saying. But I have been enjoying reading through it. It's very nostalgic to read through a Game Informer again. Game wise, I have not been playing any games. Yesterday, I said I was going to, because I didn't do anything yesterday, but like watch stuff. And I said I was gonna turn on Astrobot, but I was really tired, so I didn't get to turn on Astrobot. So I'm gonna try to play it today. But Astrobot has been a little bit unplayed, and James is going to be in New York soon, which I said is the time I would give it back to him. So I don't have that much time left, so I will turn it on today. But yeah, besides that, last week, me and Spivey, friend of the pod, we were in Orlando for D23, which stands for Disney 1923, for those who don't know, which is the year Walt Disney Studios was founded. So D23 is like a fan, so like you pay for a D23 membership, like you pay yearly for it. And then as a D23 member, you get access to go to like all the events that they have throughout the year, and then you have access to buy tickets to D23 when D23 happens once a year. This year, that it's usually in Anaheim. This year they did it in Orlando. It was like a little bit of a smaller one this year, which is why they did it in Orlando. So it was like a 3-day event. And it was really cool. We saw like a lot of cool things. There was like it was 2 days of programming. It was like one day, it was Friday through Sunday. Friday was like an exclusive shopping spree that like D23 members got to go. Okay, James, I saw that face. I will say, the last time we did a podcast, I said I was only going to spend money on food. I did say that. And that was like a really stupid thing to say because I spent so much money. I spent so much money down there.
Had a feeling.
So did Spivey, by the way. She spent more money than me. But I spent a lot of money down there.
Shannon, we didn't think for a second that you were keeping that promise. Not for 1 second.
They had a lot of cool stuff. They had a lot of cool like exclusive merch. So it's like you're there once, you know, like
Exactly.
you don't know.
When
So
indeed.
it's like exactly. So I did spend a lot. But in addition to spending a lot, we also got tons of free stuff. So they do make you feel like your investment into being a D23 member is worth it because like they give you tons of stuff. Like when we got there, like they gave us like, so like Lug is like a bag and like luggage company. They were like an official sponsor this year. When you get there, they give you a solid, like well-constructed, like weekender bag full of like free merch, free Disney merch.
Crazy.
It was great. I was like, oh my God. And like getting that, I think that is what like amped up the money spending. I was like,
it was already worth it from the jump.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm getting a deal because I got all this stuff free already. So if we put it all together.
So yeah, that was cool. So I bought like some t-shirts and I bought like a bag from what like Lug had a booth set up. So I bought like a bag from there too. And I bought like a bunch of, it was good. I bought a bunch of stuff. Yeah. And then and then like when we got there on Thursday, we went to the parks. Like we went to Disney for a day. We went to the parks. And then on Friday, after the shopping spree, we went to Universal. We went to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal, but we saw Jaja first before we went over there. We got dinner with Jaja. That was nice. Yeah. And then we went into the parks for Horror Nights, which is Horror Nights. I went to Halloween Horror Nights last year. If you guys remember, I did that 24-hour day in Florida to go to Universal Halloween Horror Nights. And it was not, I don't know. It was not as good this year as it was last year. I don't know what's going on. Like, just like the general, like, when you're walking around in the scare zone, like the scare actors, I feel like it was a lot less this year than it was last year. I don't know. But we still had a good time. And then, like, yeah, so Saturday and Sunday was like 2 straight days of programming. Like sitting in the room, like listening to stuff. Like there was a really good like Pixar and Disney animation like presentation where like we got to see a bunch of stuff. Like we got to see the opening scene of Toy Story 5. That looks really good. And we got to like see a bunch of scenes from Zootopia 2. And we got to see some scenes from like Tron Ares, which is coming out like next month, I think, or later this month. One of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we got to see there's another animated movie, Choppers, that's coming out. We got to see a bunch of scenes from that, and like that looked really good. And we got to see some stuff from like Mandalorian and Grogu, which is also coming out later. We got to see a bunch of stuff, so like it was super cool. And then like there were a bunch of like Disney voice actors there. Like Jodie Benson was the host for the weekend. She was the voice of the original Little Mermaid. Like it was like the 30th anniversary of a Goofy movie. So like Bill Farmer, who's the voice of Goofy, like he was there and he did a panel, and the voice of Max, he was also there. And like they did a performance, which was super cool. And then like a whole bunch of other like Disney voice actors did performances like from their movies. It was really cool. And then we learned a lot.
They did a song from the Goofy movie?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's fire. That's
Yeah,
fire.
yeah.
I was just about to ask what you meant by performance.
Yeah, they like performed one of the songs. They performed like not a Powerline song, obviously, because that wasn't voiced by Goofy or Max. They did like On the Open Road, that song. They did a performance of that on stage. So it was really cool. I posted it. It's like on my Instagram, but that was super cool. Yeah, Jodie Benson did like Part of Your World there live on stage, and then the voice of Meg from Hercules was there, and she did a performance of I Won't Say I'm in Love. So like it was all super cool. It was great. And then we saw a bunch of other stuff throughout the weekend too. We met a bunch of cool people, so that was fun. And then yeah, they announced next year's D23, which is going to be back in California in Anaheim. So we're going to try to go to that too. They said it's going to be the biggest one they've done, and I imagine so, because next year is like when Doomsday is coming out and a whole bunch of stuff is happening. I'm sure that next year's is going to be really big, so we're definitely going to try to go to that.
That was my next question. Did you see any Marvel stuff?
No, there was no Marvel stuff this year. It was a smaller year. I don't think that they have anything solid to give us right now, but I think next year it's going to be in August again next year, and Doomsday comes out in December. I think at that one next year they're going to like show a bunch of stuff probably. Yeah, so we're definitely going to try to go. And then I will have said that I'll have been to Disneyland for the first time. So if we can get tickets, it's very hard to get tickets for D23. And now that it's going to be bigger again, I feel like it's going to be harder, but we'll see. I had a great time, great experience. I loved it. I'm going to add it to my yearly things that I do, like
Nice.
con-wise and stuff. Yeah. And I think that was all of my nerdy things. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get into some video game news. So the biggest news probably of this week is that Hollow Knight Silksong is out, and it has like it broke the internet basically. It broke Steam, and it broke it like broke, I think it broke the PlayStation Store too. Yeah.
All of them, everybody.
All of them, yeah. Everything crashed because
Every
everyone was buying it. So it released at a price point of $20, which I don't know if people were expecting it to. I don't know. I mean, people had to know that it was only going to be $20, but it was a surprising price tag, which I think also contributed to everyone buying it in mass numbers.
I think the first Silksong I think came out at $15.
Okay.
Like Metroidvanias usually are around that price point. But being that Hollow Knight was such a successful game, people were thinking they would, up the price a little bit for the second one. So it was dope to see it come out at $20.
Only $5 more, which is like not crazy at all and like perfectly understandable. So anyway, on launch day, we saw a peak player count of 535,213 concurrent players on Steam. So that was enough to make it the 18th most played game on Valve's platform. We don't know the player count, or at least I don't know the player count on like Xbox or PlayStation Store, but that's pretty good. And yeah, it's all anyone's been talking about this weekend. I've heard very good reviews about it so far, so I'm sure it's a great game. It's weird because apparently like pirators are even like buying the game, and like there are some pirators like, this is the first game I've ever bought, which is bad, guys. Don't pirate your games. This is a terrible story, but like I guess it's a good thing that they are willing to buy this game because it's a small like indie, like the Team Cherry, right, is a developer of this game.
Team Cherry, yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's only like 4 people.
Yeah, 3 or 4 people. So I guess the pirators feel that they should support. Well, we should all support indie developers, but I guess the pirators feel like they're a genuine group, so they don't feel the need to pirate this game, which is kind of crazy. Like this is a crazy article, but
Right.
I kind of feel like it's an overall message. Like if there's an overall message this year to the industry, like they need to fairly price these games. Like I was saying with Mario Kart World, that coming out at $80 and not really being worth $80. And then you got Expedition 33 coming out of $50, and that's like a fairly priced game. And look how well it did. Silksong is fairly priced, and look how well it's doing. So if your game is good and it's fairly priced, people are going to buy it. You don't need to upcharge to say, and then market conditions and the cost of these big budget games, they're making all these excuses for making us pay more. It's not our problem. You can't figure out a cheaper way to make these games.
Yeah. But some people are worried that the $20 price tag is going to make it harder for other indie developers to price their games. That
is the crazy part, oh my God, of this whole story. So after it broke the internet, you had stories going viral of game devs complaining that this game is too cheap and they have a game coming out that's similar, and now they don't know what to price their game. Should they price it less? Or it's like, is your game good? First of all, is it a fun game? If it's a fun game, just put it out or price it whatever you want to price it. Just don't be unfair about it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, don't let the corporate greed get you. You know what I mean? You should charge.
Good games will sell.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, apparently this is a concern because you don't rarely see games that are like, especially like big I mean, it's an indie developer, but this game was highly anticipated. But like, you don't see games really sell for a $20 price point. So,
yeah, it's like tiered. Like you kind of expect indie games to be like $20 or less, but this is like the indie game of indie games. So with as much content that they put into their games, people feel like, all right, they definitely can charge way more than 20, and people wouldn't complain. Like I don't think people would complain if this was even $30 because like they kind of know what to expect from a Hollow Knight or a Team Cherry game. So they're like, all right, you guys could have priced that higher, because now the people that are selling their games for 20 and are offering far less content, they're like, all right, at the same price point, we're giving you, half the game.
Yeah.
So people are going to be upset that they're like, all right, well, this is the standard. They're going to use Hollow Knight as the standard of what a $20 game looks like versus, something else that comes out at $20. So
as they should, but I feel like this game could have got away with 40 easy.
I think even at that point, it still probably would have sold just as well. Because like the Hollow Knight fans have been waiting for this for 6-7 years, and then also in that aspect, like people that take 6-7 years to make a game, what they can do in 6-7 years versus what Team Cherry has done in 6-7 years is like, all right, they I don't want to say put more work in, but there's a lot more into this game that they got done in 6-7 years versus a different developer that 6-7 years worth of time. Now they're trying to charge 20, but it's still like less content. So it's like, all right, this is abnormal.
Even like, remember when Tales of Zanzibar came out and it was around $20? Like, it's a similar type of game, Metrovania. It might not have as much content as Hollow Knight. It has enough to justify the $20 though. Like, you don't have to compare it to Hollow Knight. It's a good game on its own. I would pay $20 again for it, even with Hollow Knight at this price point.
But it is an interesting point because, like, games that are doing less have less that are charging 20 or more, maybe, then it is going to raise a lot of flags, like, as this game being the standard of that, especially since it is such a good game. According to the reviews, I haven't played it yet, and it has such a good reputation to be priced at 20. It is going to make people side-eye other games that come out at more that have less. So if anything, it's putting a lot of pressure on the game industry to make sure the quality of their games are up to par if you're going to be up there pricing it at $40.
Yeah, I think I think the $20 games will still sell though.
Yeah, of course they will.
Because that was like a one-off. Like Elden Ring was, the price of a standard console game, but like everyone's not expecting Elden Ring out of every game that costs that same price point.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, true.
They just gotta focus on making good games, and as they focus on making good games, another piece they should pay attention to is making sure they're catering to as wide as an audience as possible. We're seeing that with games going multi-platform, exclusives are done, console wars are ending. An interesting story that came out is Battlefield 6 had their beta, and the developers are saying that a lot of the majority of players are playing on PCs that were mid to low tier specs, running on lower tier setups than their minimum requirements for the game. So they're trying hard to make their game accessible to people who don't have the best PCs, which is awesome because you can go on Steam and look at the people, like it literally tracks the GPUs of all the people using Steam, and you can see like which GPUs are the most popular. And a lot of people are running mid to low tier spec GPUs, so it would make sense for game developers to, develop their games with that in mind. That being said, the Series S, in hindsight, like, I didn't think it was a good idea at first, but it turns out to be a good idea because, I mean, it makes a little bit more work for the developers. I don't know how much, but if you have to, like, develop your game with the lower tiers in mind, it there's evidence that suggests it helps them scale up to higher tiers. It makes the game like better for the other tiers, especially performance wise. Because I hate to go on a little bit of a rant here, but a lot of game developers are like, shooting for like ray tracing and all these super high fidelity graphics, and then the gameplay sucks and the frame rate sucks, and it's like a lot of people don't even have the best PCs to even see what they were trying to do. So I hope game developers start focusing on that mid to low tier spec community instead of like trying to appease the people with the highest spec everything, because
especially because it's like that's also
a fraction of the market.
Yeah, and it's expensive, honestly. So like you're excluding a lot of people when you're really developing your games for the highest running.
And I hate that every game that comes out today is like performance issues. Like that's the story with every single game that comes out. and I'm tired of it.
I'm sure everyone is, but no, that makes a lot of sense. And then just like speaking of cross-platform like success, I'm just gonna skip ahead to Helldivers, which came out on Xbox and is now what the third best-selling game on Xbox.
I think it's number
Never talking
one
about.
on court.
Is it number one? Oh, it is. It's the best
I
seller.
don't.
Never mind.
It depends on the time frame you're looking at, but if you go to the Xbox on Microsoft.com or Xbox.com, if you go to their best-selling game store list right now, Helldivers is number one, and
It's
the
first
deluxe
and
edition
third.
is like number 3 or something
Third,
like that.
yeah, first and third, which is crazy. So yeah, there's definitely value in being able to, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. To make more things accessible to people on other platforms, and like yes, like lower tiered GPUs, sorry. And yeah, it just makes for overall better gaming experience that is inclusive of everyone. So
cast a wider net.
Who cares about consoles anymore? Clearly nobody. We're moving away from that as we can see. So it's an interesting era that we're going into. But I think it'll be a good era for everyone involved.
And since you mentioned Helldivers, I don't know how much weight this stat holds, but apparently in the first 6 days it sold better than it did on PlayStation. I think there's this analytic group that people use for these kind of stats, and they're like sometimes they're right and sometimes they're fishy. So people are like nitpicking when to use this analytics group. But the official numbers aren't released. But it's confirmed that over 900,000 copies were sold on Xbox. That's what they're estimating. If that's true, then it would have sold faster than it did in the first 6 days of PlayStation. Whoop-de-doo. Everybody knows Helldivers is a great game now. This
Well,
like when
that's what I was about to say,
Helldivers 2 first came out, there wasn't much hype around it. Today, people know that Helldivers is a good game, so yeah, it's gonna sell faster.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if there's less people on Xbox. I don't think that should be a big surprise or a big like something to like boast about. But
No.
it is funny because there's a narrative going that Xbox players don't buy games because we have Game Pass, and it's not true. Because I would buy a game that's on Game Pass if it's good enough. I've had both games that are on Game Pass. So
especially since you don't own the game when it's on Game Pass. Well, you don't really even own the game.
Do you even own it when you buy it? Yeah,
it's true. But you own it a little bit more when you buy it than you do if you just have it on Game Pass. So if it's gone off Game Pass, then that means it's gone off your console. So you own it. You have a little bit more ownership, but still, you don't own it 100%. So, but that goes back to James's point of fandom and numbers. Who cares if it's selling better on Xbox? Yes, Jaja, to your point, it's selling better because people know it's a good game now, for sure. So let's stop with these crazy analytics to try to spark competition when it's just common sense.
Speaking of sparking competition,
okay,
Valve is supposedly, taking another shot at the console business. They did that a few years ago with the Steam machine. I forgot what they called it, but this one is codenamed Steam Frame. So Steam might be coming out with a console. There's not much information on it. It's rumored.
Another console? Oh, like an actual console or a handheld console? Oh, got it.
A console to maybe go along with their handheld consoles. So it seems like
is there a point? I don't know. I mean, there might be, but I don't know.
It depends on how they make this machine, because I feel like. Because it was rumored years ago that Xbox was supposed to come out with a machine that has upgradable parts. You don't ever need to buy another box. Oh, upgrade the memory, upgrade the graphics card, upgrade this, upgrade that. It's just gonna be like a PC. So I don't know if they do something like that. I can see it doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because of like where we are with in the era of consoles right now, where like things are available like different platforms now or becoming more so that way. Is there a purpose of, if it's not a handheld console, is there a purpose of making like an actual at home console now? I don't know. I just feel like the era of consoles is going to be weird in terms of like its sustainability.
To me, this
it'll be
shows
hard to break through.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Yeah, it'll be hard to break through because I mean, you have your legacy consoles already. Like, what library is this kind of catering to? Which I mean, if it's Steam, then like people that are playing Steam, they probably have a PC already. Or a handheld. So like, do they really want another thing in their house to like another option to play?
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
You'll be surprised. The answer might be yes, because a lot of the Steam Deck success is like turning that Steam experience into like this console-like experience. Yes, it's remote. You can dock it and set it up to your TV, but a lot of the console appeal is just having this box that you can turn on and go straight to your games and boom. So there's a lot of PC players that are like want that console experience and try to even build a PC. That's why they complain about Windows, saying that
Mm-hmm.
there's a market for it, I think.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I could understand that too, but it's like,
and
are
not
you
to
re-
mention, there's 1.5 estimated billion players that use Steam, and that's 3 times PlayStation's market, you know?
That's true, but like if you already have like an expensive gaming PC that you run Steam off of, are you really gonna go and buy a console? I don't know. It's like, I guess we'll
Like
see,
like
but
I
it's
was saying earlier, a lot of people are playing on low-end specs. So if they make
that's
this
true. I mean,
console
that's true too.
affordable, and
Yeah.
also like I'm thinking about building a PC. A lot of people want to build a PC but don't want to go through learning how to do it. If they make this machine
Yeah.
easy enough that I can just slide in a new graphics card or slide in 2 gigs of memory whenever I feel like it, I feel like there's a niche for that.
Yeah. I guess it all depends on like if this does happen, like what it's gonna be. Yeah, like you said, what it's gonna be priced at for sure. I feel like with consoles now, you can't. I mean, I guess you can price them if you've already been in the console business. But like if you're a new console, if you're a new company coming out with a console, not a new company, but if you're coming out with a console that's new, I feel like you can't price it too high because it is, like James said, it is going to be hard to break through with so many consoles that are out, and just like there's really no need to have one because everything is becoming more accessible on any platform that you already own. So I mean, I guess we'll see. It's
And
interesting.
with the added fact that if you're selling the consoles for a loss, you got to be willing to take a huge loss in the beginning to even like James said, get into the door, because that market, that business
The market is
model
saturated.
Yeah.
Yes. And it seems like it's going in a different direction. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, where are we going next?
We can talk about another console, the PlayStation 5, and how they are coming out with a slim model to it. It looks like they're going to try and add the disk drive, but they are cutting the memory from a terabyte to like 800 and something gigs. So it's like 200 gigs is going to be removed, and the price is going to stay the same, $500. So I don't know. I thought the point of making it slim was to make it a little bit cheaper, but I don't know if they think adding the disk drive and taking away the memory is like an equal price swap. But I don't know how I feel about this, getting less memory for the console and it being the same price.
Yeah, less memory, same price is kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
Wait, does it
Because
add
it's
the
like-
disk drive with less memory?
I think so.
I think you
Is
can
it
buy
still-
a disk drive. You can buy a standalone disk drive for less than 200, I think.
Is it still a
I think the
slim to add
standalone
extra?
disk drive is like 60 to 80 bucks for PlayStation, something around there.
Oh yeah,
It's almost 100.
I guess enough
So, I
people
mean, I
asked
guess-
for it.
Yeah. But I guess that is the trade-off then. Because it's like they have to now, it costs money to put the disk drive in, but you're taking memory.
Yeah,
but it still feels like a loss. It still feels like a ripoff though. Like I'm sacrificing memory to have a disk drive.
I feel like since most people play digital now, they should have did it the other way around if they were going to do this in anything. Like the original should have the disk drive and then the slim shouldn't. But yeah, I don't know.
Is it even still going to be slim if they add the disk drive in there? I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's going to go back to the size of a regular PlayStation. Like, what are we doing? But that's not something that I would be willing to trade off. Like, I don't, like, if I have less memory now and I'm going to have to buy it, well, you know, I'm going to have to, like, figure out a way to store, to have more storage on my console and then spend more money for that just in order for me to have a disk drive when I could have just had a disk drive separate. I don't know. It just seems like a ripoff for those who are looking at getting a slim.
1
be
terabyte used to be
tripping about
big. It's not
It's not.
big so more. It's not that big
No.
anymore.
1 terabyte used to be a lot of space. It definitely isn't anymore. First, that's for sure. Yeah. These games are like humongous, these new games that are coming out. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a ripoff. It needs to be less. It needs to be less money. But that's where we are now. It's all about greed. So I'm not surprised that it's still the same price. All right.
I mean, while we're on
What-
the subject of PlayStation, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the state of play that came out, but there was a 007 First Light state of play, and I did watch a little bit of the gameplay, and I'm kind of interested in this game because I've been craving like a Splinter Cell / Hitman game, and this looks like it's in that vein, and everyone's giving it a lot of high praise. A lot of people were impressed with the gameplay that they showed during State of Play. So I don't know if you guys seen it or not, or if you're even interested in this type of like stealth
I'm not.
game, third person story.
I don't know if James is.
No, I hadn't seen it. I mean, I'm not like a huge James Bond game fan. From the gameplay I've seen, it looks pretty interesting. I don't know if I'd want to drop 70 on it.
Oof. Yeah. Gotta
or
be
80,
picky and
whatever it costs these days.
gotta be picky and choosy in this era of games when games cost 70 was the standard price, but still. Yeah, I don't think it's something that I would buy. But is this something that they're gonna make? Is this coming out for Xbox or is it just PlayStation right now?
Yeah, it's coming out for Xbox and Nintendo Switch 2 and PC. But yeah, I might go back to this and watch it because I didn't really watch the whole thing, but hearing everybody's reviews from it, it's piqued my interest.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. So I might come back and give you an updated review on this.
Jaja adding it to the list of games he samples but doesn't finish.
This isn't even a sample. This is just gameplay and trailers that I'm watching. Yeah, I probably watched more trailers and gameplay than actually played the games.
Yeah, I'm talking about when it's out, though, if you're interested in it. We'll see. Jaja, when was the last time you finished a game? I'm very...
The backlog is ridiculous. I just finished South of Midnight.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Before that, it was Tales of...
Oh, you finished that game? Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'll give you that.
Some of the games I play, you can't finish. Like Power World, you can't finish Power World.
That's true.
I got a ton of time in that game.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of story-based games you're playing, though, that you could have finished by now. Have you finished Spider-Man?
Oh, no, you haven't. If I told you the list of story games that I've started right now that I haven't finished, that I just off the top of my head, I didn't finish Doom. I don't plan on going back to that anytime soon. Gears of War, I'm going to finish. Indiana Jones, I started, I'm going to finish it. Assassin's Creed Mirage, I'm going to finish that. Spider-Man, I'm going to finish that. Okay. So that's just 4 games right there.
Final Fantasy?
Exactly.
Final
I was waiting.
Fantasy is on the list. It's 100% on the list.
Anyway.
Oh, there's so many RPGs I want to play, but those games take forever. But yeah, they're on the list.
But you see how it didn't even cross his mind? He's not finishing that for like another 2 years. Anyway, we got an update from Square Enix. Well, like an update, but like not really, on Final Fantasy VII Part 3 and Kingdom Hearts 4 are on schedule. We don't know what that means. On schedule for like who knows how long it's going to take. But apparently they're both on schedule. The story for the third part of Final Fantasy VII is completed. So I think originally they were aiming for a 2027 release year, which sounds about right, I guess. 2027 just seems really far away. Kingdom Hearts 4, I don't know when that's coming out. I don't really care. But I just like to point out that it was announced in 2022, and we just got screenshot updates like a couple months ago in 2025.
I'm laughing because this is one of those narratives to this podcast. Like ever since I've been on here, at least we've kept up to date on every Kingdom Hearts update. That like I had to throw this in there, even though I feel like this article is straight clickbait. Like
it is.
It's so funny how your opinion on the whole franchise has changed in the years. It's the funniest thing ever.
I still love Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is still my favorite video game franchise, but Kingdom Hearts 3 was very disappointing for the amount of years we waited for it to come out. I mean, it was fine, but it wasn't like amazing. And Kingdom Hearts 4, I don't even think we needed a Kingdom Hearts 4. Like, why are they doing this? And then like to drag it out and then take another possibly 7 years for this game to come out. I don't know, guys. I'm not buying into it. Meanwhile, they continuously release Kingdom Hearts over and over again on different platforms, and they keep making money off of for the re-releases. And I'm like, this is like the biggest scam ever. And they keep making these mini games that like very little amounts of people care about.
They better have Moana, and says I want to see all the new Disney characters in the new Kingdom Hearts. They better not switch it up.
Well, the story seems very different, so who even freaking knows what we're getting in this game? Are we even going to be in Disney Worlds in this game? I don't know.
If Mickey's in it, I better see Moana and all them new Disney people.
Is Mickey in it? I have no clue what's going on in this game.
Throw Marvel in there.
May as well,
like, again, like, I don't really know the story. I don't really understand where the story's going.
Kingdom Hearts with Marvel? Man, I'm giving out free IP.
No,
they
should.
Another Marvel game. There's still games we waiting for. Wolverine.
Yeah.
Black Panther versus Captain America. Remember that trailer that came out?
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Wow. But we'll see. Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm just gonna forget about it. I don't think we'll see that for another several years, probably. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, you would think they were almost done. We saw screenshots, so you would think that like the game is like close to being done, maybe. But like, I don't know. It's all a scam. Anyway, let's move on to some. Let's move on
What
to
will
some
happen
TV movie
first?
news.
Will I finish Final Fantasy VII or Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out?
I don't know.
Stay
Honestly.
tuned here
knows
on the
at the
Blerds
rate
and Nerds podcast.
At the rate you're going, who knows? Kingdom Hearts 5 might be out by the time you finish Final Fantasy 7. We'll see.
Oh man, the hate is real.
It's justified. Okay, anyway, moving on to TV movie news. House of Dragon Season 3. We're getting House of Dragon Season 3 hopefully next year, although they haven't officially said that. And we're getting the prequel, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is like one of the prequel series that's coming out. It's supposed to be coming out next year as well. So we're going to be, in 2026, we're going to see a year of 2 different Game of Thrones shows running concurrently, maybe? I don't know. But that's going to be exciting. Exciting for everyone but James, I know. But
A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is different than Duncan and Egg, right?
I think, oh yeah, is that the other prequel show? There's like a couple of prequel shows that are coming out. No, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is based on the Dunk and Egg novellas. So
so it's the same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they changed the name. All right, got it. All right, yeah, I'm hyped for this.
So that's supposed to be
Super
coming out like next year, I think. It was supposed to come out this year, but it got pushed back. So it'll be coming out the same year as House of the Dragon Season 3. So that'll be interesting. I won't say like I'm super excited for it because I don't know really what the premise of the show is going to be. But it will be interesting to have 2 different Game of Thrones shows out in the same year for the Game of Thrones enthusiasts. That's going to be a good amount of content to consume for sure. So we got some DC news to go over real quick before I go over Blue Beetle. So Superman Man of Tomorrow, that's been announced as that's the next Superman installment that we're getting?
Next Superman movie, yeah.
Next Superman movie. We're also supposed to be getting a Supergirl movie, which is coming out after that, I'm sure. But James Gunn has said that Peacemaker, which, sorry, I forgot to mention, I have been watching Peacemaker, will tie in directly to Superman Man of Tomorrow. So are y'all going to watch Peacemaker or no? What's happening?
I'm watching Peacemaker season 2 until if it
have
makes
you
me
started
mad,
watching
I'll turn
it?
it off again. Oh no, but it's on my list. It is on my list.
It's literally the
watch
same. The stuff that you didn't like from season 1 is in season 2. The same.
Okay,
kind of
so then
things
I'm
are
gonna
in
stop.
season 2.
I'm not gonna finish it, but I plan on starting it until it makes me turn it off.
I
I'll
believe
give it
in
a
you.
second chance. I'll let you. I'll do it first, James. I'm gonna take one for the team. I'll let you know if it's worth it.
If you're gonna give it a second chance, you should give a second chance to season 1 so that you at least understand what's happening. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I tried. All right, whatever. But you're gonna have to have watched it, or you're gonna be lost. So
I'm gonna do a recap.
I think you should both give it another chance. James,
Shout
why
out to
didn't
New
you?
Rockstars.
Why did the show?
Oh no, I watched it. I just wouldn't go out my way to watch the next season.
Oh, you watched the whole thing. Okay. You're better than Jaja, at least. At least you didn't quit. But why didn't you like it though? Like, why do you feel like you don't want to watch season 2?
Oh, I just thought it was cool. It wasn't like I needed a season 2, if that makes any sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I'm sitting around with nothing watching, like, oh yeah, Peacemaker, I can watch that.
Okay.
I'll probably watch it. Yeah.
I will say the story is a little bit better in this season. It is another multiverse story. I don't know if anyone has multiverse fatigue. Yeah, but it is multiversal this season. So yeah, but it is going to tie directly into Superman. So if you don't like Peacemaker, you got to do your homework on it in some way. So watch some YouTube videos or something, even though it is good. So
while you're on the Superman fatigue, I saw somewhere there's an article saying that this year's superhero movies was like the lowest gross, like all of them combined, like was one of the lowest grossing years in terms of superhero movies since like 2016 or something like that. I don't quote me on that, but
I believe that.
So it might not be the movie's fault. Maybe there is some type of superhero fatigue going on. But with that being said, we're getting 3 DC shows before we even get this Man of Tomorrow movie: Supergirl, Lanterns, and Clayface. So
Supergirl's a show. Never mind. Okay.
Well, no, I'm show movie. I don't know. I'm not.
I thought it was a show. I thought it was a movie.
Supergirl's a movie. Show. Yeah.
Clayface is a show.
Also a show.
It's a show.
So,
yeah.
3 things. I should have said 3 things. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, so Supergirl is coming out before Man of Tomorrow. That's what I thought. So,
Mhm.
and then Man of Tomorrow is coming out. Yes. I'm not really interested in the Clayface show. I mean, we'll watch it because it seems like right off the bat, we're doing this thing that like people were kind of tired of with Marvel, but DC's decided to do it as well, where it's like now, like right off the bat, you have to start watching everything all together to understand the full story is what it seems like is happening. And I don't really know if people are wanting to do that. So we'll see like how well these shows do leading up to like the next things, but I don't know. I think people are tired of playing the jigsaw puzzle game of having to watch all these things to understand everything.
And I think they're taking it to another level. Like the animated stuff looks like it's canon to the live action stuff. Kind of.
Don't make animated stuff canon to live action stuff. Like, why would y'all do that? Why? Like, that just seems a little bit crazy to me. But yeah, I think people are really tired of having to do that, and like, it's very clear that that's the direction we're going in. So we'll see. I don't think that was a good tactic on James Gunn's part. But James Gunn has said that Blue Beetle will be spared and he's going to go into the new DCU. We kind of didn't know. That movie was like in a weird in-between phase of the last DCEU and James Gunn's DCU, but he will not be scrapped like some of the other DCEU projects, and he will be going to the DCU. So if anyone likes Blue Beetle.
Did you guys ever watch that movie?
I saw Blue Beetle. I saw it in the theaters.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed Blue Beetle a lot.
It was good. It was good. We talked about it on this podcast. It was good. So I don't know where he's going to end up in the new DC, but he'll be somewhere in there. Yeah. So that's your DC news. And then in Marvel news, later this month, Marvel Zombies is coming out, and it's going to drop all 4 of its episodes at once. Similar to Eyes of Wakanda, which also came out all at once. Maybe that's an animated thing. I don't know. But I also didn't know that show was only going to be 4 episodes. Oh, right, and they did to Ironheart. Yeah. So are they doing that to shows that they don't really care about? What's happening right now? What is the pattern of binge?
That's what it seems like.
Of binge shows to like week-to-week shows. It's very interesting. I didn't know that it was only going to be 4 episodes long either. Marvel Zombies.
Trailer looks good though.
I won't be watching that. So someone let me know. Y'all know I don't like zombies.
I'm not very hyped for this show.
I thought you were.
No, not the zombies. Even What If is a struggle for me to finish. I didn't finish the 2nd season or the 3rd season, whatever the latest season is.
Mm-hmm.
But zombies was not my favorite episode in the What If series, like by far. I think I talked about it on this podcast, but yeah, let me know, James, if you think it's good. I'll watch it, but I'm not hyped for it.
James is the guinea pig of the animated shows, as he was. Wait, did James?
Nah,
Jada, did you watch
Eyes?
Yeah, did you watch Eyes of Wakanda? You did.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay,
a lot.
I'm the only one that didn't watch Eyes of Wakanda. Whoops. Okay, sorry.
Told you, James. Told you. Didn't I tell you she wasn't gonna watch it? I told you.
I'm sorry, guys. There's a lot of stuff I have to watch, and Eyes of Wakanda, I know it's there, but I just keep forgetting that I have to watch it. I'm so sorry. But y'all let me know how Marvel Zombies is. But it's coming out all at once on September 24th. So there we go. All right. Moving on to some quick anime news. Well, Demon Slayer comes out in movie theaters this week. Are y'all gonna go see it?
For sure.
Yes.
Got your tickets already? I have to get my tickets.
Oh, didn't get my ticket.
Yeah, I didn't get my ticket either. I need to.
Thank you for the reminder.
So looking forward to that. We all already knows what happened. Obviously, IGN for some reason gave it a 6 out of 10 and said it was paced horribly. So we'll see for ourselves when we go to the movies.
I mean, I feel like you called that, or one of us called that on this podcast, being that they're splitting the last parts into 3 movies. It's like, and then we read it, and you know what I mean? It's like they got to drag some of it.
Yeah, it's complete. It's paced horribly, because like it doesn't need to be split up into 3 hour-and-a-half hour. Like, does anyone know the runtime of this movie? Let me see. Because
the movies are usually 2 hours these days instead of an hour and a half when they used to be.
What is the runtime of Demon Slayer?
But I'm sure it's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful movie.
Oh,
crispy, clean.
No doubt about that.
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh my God, it's 2.5 hours, guys.
Is it an IMAX?
I think so, yeah. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes. Why is it so long?
That beautiful anime goodness for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
In 2 hours and 30 minutes, you could have gotten through the whole rest of the... Wait, guys.
Yeah, no, you really could have probably gotten through
You could have gotten through the whole rest of the series. The whole rest of the whole rest of the story you could have gotten through in 2.5 hours. So what's happening right now?
Oh,
Somebody tell me.
This about to be flashbacks on flashbacks.
Right. So, okay. And they're planning to do 2 more movies,
That is
probably.
for sure.
2 more movies, probably timed out at the same length of time. I don't understand where all this extra time is coming from.
Yeah, imagine this movie is gonna be like one fight.
It is. There's no story.
It's probably gonna feature. We know the fights. Like, I feel like when we first started reading it, there was a couple different fights going on at the same time.
There were.
It's probably gonna feature like 2 or 3 main, really big fights. That's gonna, drag the whole movie.
I don't know. I feel like they have to be like adding stuff, right? Because like there's just no way. There's no way that they stretch this out for 2.5 hours and there's still 2 more movies after this.
Listen, all you gotta do is add a little slow-mo to those fight scenes. You'll be fine.
You think they added some extended dialogue? Because, guys, I've said this before. There's really no story anymore that happens from this point on. It's all fighting.
It's all smoke.
So it's all fighting. So they have to have added something. We'll see when we watch it. Hopefully we're all watching it before next week's recording and we could talk about it. I'm just very interested to see what they're doing with 2.5 hours of time for a 1 out of 3 part movie. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, in addition to, in other anime news, One Punch Man Season 3 is coming out on October 5th. For some reason, first of all, I fell off very hard on One Punch Man. I thought that we were way farther along in this show. I didn't know that we were only on Season 3.
It's been so long.
Is it right? It's been a long time.
Yeah, I think it's you remember when Attack on Titan went from Season 1 and it took forever for it to jump to seasons? I think One Punch might take the cake on that one. Like,
Yeah.
they take forever in between seasons, and the manga, there's so much stuff in the manga, they could probably have at least another 4 or 5 seasons right now.
When did Season 2 come out? What year did it come out?
Fairly recently. I want to say fairly recent, within the last 4
Wait.
or 5 years, I want to say.
That's not recent. 4 or 5 years.
Look when Season 1 came out. Compared to when Season 1 came out, Season 1's been out since the beginning of freaking anime, I feel like.
Okay, wait. Season 2 came out in 2019.
Oh, look at that. I was six
That
years
is
ago.
that's long. Okay, yeah, that's a very long
When
time.
did Season 1 come out?
2015.
Okay. So, oh wow. So this gap is a lot bigger, right?
It's a little bit, yeah, it's longer. It's like 2 years longer than the first gap. So, but still, that's 6 years. That's crazy. That's crazy pants.
Honestly, if it gets up to where I hope it gets up to this season could be one of the best One Punch Man seasons, but I've been reading online. There's a lot of people that are not expecting this to be a good season of One Punch Man. I haven't looked into the details, because I'm kind of scared, and I'm wishing for the best, because what I read in the manga is absolutely insane if they can pull this off.
Imagine waiting 7 years for a trash season of an anime. That's really bad.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
really
terrified.
bad.
And
Hopefully
they did announce that Tokyo Revengers is coming back.
I have to try that show again. Yeah.
But yeah, One Punch Man. I'm excited, but I'm scared, and I hope they do a good job.
Well, you only got a couple weeks to wait, and then you'll know if it'll be good or not, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 also got a trailer. And do we have a release date? We have a trailer. Do we know when it's coming out?
I think January.
That's awesome. Okay, so we have that to look forward to.
Definitely.
Have any of you read Jujutsu Kaisen or no?
I wanted to.
Mm-mm.
I attempted to read, but I did not know it was going on, so I had to stop. But I am looking forward to Season 3 though. So that's something else to look
Y'all
forward
know
to.
me. This is one of those animes. I have like a love-hate relationship with this anime. Like, I have to be
Me
in
too.
the mood to watch this anime. It's one of those.
I feel like this anime has too much exposition in it, where it's like it's explaining too much about like what's going on, like
I think that's
power-wise,
it.
and I feel like
I feel like I have to pay attention. Like, you have to
definitely
pay attention to
do.
the dialogue.
You definitely do. And if you have to explain somebody's powers to me in like a 3-paragraph monologue, then what are we really doing? I don't know.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, I
was not a fan of
enjoy
that.
it still. I enjoy it, but like it's just a critique, honestly. So yeah.
Even though they do it in every anime, the way they did it, it was kind of extra in Juju.
They do it in every anime, but like I feel like not to that. They don't do it in every anime. They do it in some animes, but like not to that.
I felt like I could have sat down and take notes off of like that monologue that they give on people's powers.
You could.
Like, oh, this is how it works in this situation. Oh, but if they do that, okay, it works like this in this way. And then all those details are important because they're telling you it for a reason. It plays out in the show, and if you have the knowledge of how the powers work, you understand what's going on in the show a lot better. That's my I just got to be ready to lock in.
Yeah. But everyone says that this next arc that they're going into is really good. So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sure the fans will spoil it.
I'm sure they will.
JJK has the worst spoiling fandom of all fandoms.
They've already spoiled it, honestly, via the manga. Well, not really, because they're ahead, but like, anyway. But yeah, they definitely will. Stop spoiling things, guys. Put spoiler warnings. Don't be a dick. All right. Anything else, though, before we wrap up for this week?
That's all I got.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us for another week of the Blerds and Nerds podcast.
Football season has started. Just want to, shout out to the football fans out there.
It has.
I did want to mention something that I don't know how nerdy it is, but can you believe if you want to see every football game in the United States, you would have to spend like $1,500 plus on streaming services? They got games on everything. From YouTube TV to Peacock. I just had to sign up for Peacock to watch the Monday game. I'm so mad. You know why? Because if I didn't live in the U.S., for $20 a month, I've had access to everything. They got NFL Game Pass. That's for the international people. So I would have to VPN it to use it. But $20 a month and they get everything. Why in the U.S. we got to pay $1,000 plus?
It sounds like you need a VPN. You'll be saving money that way. You could buy a VPN and then buy the what is it? The what was it? Game Pass? You could buy a VPN and then buy the Game Pass, and it'll still be cheaper than you paying to watch all the games on these different platforms.
Ridiculous. Right now, I have to get NFL Plus. It's so disgusting. But anyway,
buy a good VPN. Buy a good VPN, Jaja. But that sounds like a scam, honestly. But if you had cable still, then you'd just be able to watch everything, right?
Not everything.
Not everything? Oh,
you'd be able to watch the nationally broadcasted games, but you won't get access to every single game now.
That sounds like a scam. That sounds like a huge scam.
And then there's games that come on Netflix. Then you got the Amazon games, the Peacock games,
So streaming services getting their hands on live sporting events is, wow. That sounds
kind of nasty.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's kind of nasty right now.
That's crazy. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm not a sports fan. I don't have to worry about things like this. Sorry, Jaja. Get a VPN. You'll be good. But as always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Blerds Nerds, follow us on TikTok, BlerdsNerds_pod. Send us an email, blerdsnerds@gmail.com. If you're a creative color in the nerd space and are interested in coming on to talk about your work, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your podcast listening app of choice, or you can watch us on YouTube. Please migrate to our YouTube channel. If you listen to us on a podcast app, just go ahead over to our YouTube channel and give us a like and a subscribe and comment on our episodes. We appreciate the YouTube support.
Yeah, we do.
As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.